Okay, let's talk about delegation, because if you've ever tried to hand off something and it turned into pushback, attitude, or you just redoing the whole thing yourself, I want you to hear this. You're not bad at delegating, and your family isn't just lazy.
Parenthood is challenging enough as it is, and getting organized sounds easier said than done. Now, combine these two together, and it's truly a balancing act that many of us struggle with day in, day out. If you're here, it's because you want to know how to get your life and home more organized and structured where the kids are involved too, so that parent life is a little easier and you can focus on what truly matters. Hey there, I'm Dianne 𝗬𝗍𝗍, owner and founder of One Tidy Place. I created this podcast because I know parents have their hands full. I know this because I have 3 kids of my own. Each week, we'll talk about all things organizing, teaching kids life skills, and contributing to the home, being on the same page with your partner, and raising your kids together while you tidy up, go out for a walk, or just need some real talk. I'm here for you. Thank you for tuning in. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Welcome to the Organized-ish Parent Podcast. I'm your host, Dianne 𝗬𝗍𝗍, a professional organizer and a mom of 3. I help moms stop being the default for everything and create the capacity so they can build what's next for them. Welcome to the show. All right, so most of the time, delegation fails because one key piece is missing. And once you fixed it, you'll stop feeling like the default parent for everything. Here's the truth. Pushback isn't resistance, it's confusion. Not always, but most of the time. When someone pushes back, it's usually because they don't understand what done looks like, what needs to happen, why it matters, or what part they actually own. And if you're the one holding all those invisible rules in your head, of course, it's going to feel like no one can help you. Let me give you a real-life example, and I'm going to leave names and places out of it for obvious reasons, okay? Because I want you to see and understand the whole point of the story. So in this case, I'm the person, not the adult asking for help, but the receiver of all the instructions. So they asked me to help them with setting up for an event. So that's what I did. Honestly, I really didn't want to, and I kind of was just like slow at getting started, but they kept nagging me to get it done. So I did, and it looked like to me, it was done. And they should be happy because I was helping them finish faster and take stuff off their plate. Now, I'm sure you can guess where I'm going with this. The next time I saw the place, it was completely different from how I left it. So naturally, I kind of felt hurt, definitely annoyed, and frustrated because they could have just told me exactly how they wanted it done instead of redoing the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, why did they even ask me for any help? So now I'm left with many thoughts circling in my head. They won't ask me for help again because I'm not good enough. Or the next time they want something or they ask for something, I'm just going to make sure I'm not around. Now, looking at everything from a detached point of view and thinking about the delegator's perspective after seeing the end results, I can imagine they immediately felt that tension rise in their chest because it wasn't done the way they pictured it. So their response to that frustration was to redo the whole thing. Now, in hindsight, and there is no way of ever knowing this, but the only thing I wish they did was to realize those feelings and those urges to redo things and take a moment to realize they had a whole picture in their head of what done meant, but never actually said it out loud. So from my perspective, I wasn't being difficult with my eye rolling and slow to getting the task done. I was just filling in the blanks the best that I could. In that it clicked for the person I helped. The pushback wasn't defiance, It was confusion. So let's break down the real reasons delegation gets pushback at home, especially when you're a busy mom and you've been doing most of the mental load for a long time. Reason number one, you delegate outcomes, not expectations. See, a lot of moms delegate like this. Can you clean the kitchen? Can you help with the laundry? Can you get the kids ready? Those are outcomes. And outcomes are vague. Because to you, clean the kitchen really means wipe the counter, sweep the floor, load the dishwasher, take out the trash, right? But to someone else, it might just mean put one plate in the sink and let's call it a day. So if you want less pushback, you need to define what done really means. Not in a controlling way, but in a clarity way. Because clarity is kindness. Reason number two, you skip ownership. Here's another big one. A lot of delegation is actually requests. Can you do this for me? Can you help me with this? Can you please ... And I get it. You're being polite. But here's the issue. When you phrase everything like a request, you're still positioning yourself as the owner of it, and everyone else is just helping you. That creates pushback as it feels optional, or it feels like you're handing them your stress. Instead, you want ownership language, and ownership sounds like this. You're in charge of this. This is your job. This is your responsibility. I'm not reminding you, I'm trusting you. Do you see this shift alone can change everything? Reason number three, you correct instead of coach. This one is hard, especially for moms who care, who are efficient, and who want to do things right. But listen, if every time someone tries to do something and you correct them, they learn it's safer not to try. And then you end up doing everything yourself. Resentment building, and the story in your head becomes, see, no one helps. So here's the goal. Don't correct first, coach first. That means praise the effort, give one adjustment, let it be enough, and allow for practice, because competence is built through repetition, not pressure. So if you want a simple way to remember this, here's a delegation formula I want you to use. What needs to be done, when it needs to happen, what done looks like, and who owns it. That's it. When you include these four things, you dramatically reduce pushback because there's nothing to argue with. So, here's what I want you to do this week. Pick one task, not 10, not a whole overhaul of the household. It's one task that will genuinely make your life lighter. And when you delegate it, say something like this. Hey, I want to take something off my plate and put it in the family system. You're in charge of X task. It needs to be done by this time. And done means 2 or 3 bullet points. Boom, boom, boom. Make it clear, make it specific, paint a picture. And also add, if you want to do it differently, totally fine, as long as it meets done. Then you step back. Not forever, but long enough for them to practice, okay? And I want you to remember this. You're not asking for help. You're building a family team. A capable home isn't built by one exhausted mom doing it all. It's built by shared ownership. Imperfect at first, but sustainable long term. All right, if this episode hit home and you want help with delegating one specific task without it turning into pushback, DM me the word delegate and tell me what task you're stuck on. And I'll help you reframe it, what to say, what done should look like, and how to hand it off without taking it back. All right, my friend, you've got this. I know you could do it. start with one task, one conversation, and one handoff. All right? Thank you so much for being here and tuning in. I will catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.